popular group in LA.
Stu is here from the Carson Valley Inn with a special guest. Tony, good to see you back in here.
Back.
Stu.
Good morning, Todd. How
What's
are
happening
you?
down there? Yeah, I was just down there. I went to the Carson Valley Inn with a friend of mine, Dave Rich, for a meeting the other day. I don't think I'd been in there for a while, but I was talking about you and your background and how long you've been in the entertainment business and all the people you've booked. What a wild ride you've
Crazy,
been on.
huh?
It is. It's good. I always enjoy it. You got a million stories.
Yeah.
You never come in for long enough to hear some of the stories.
You know what? I miss being here. I'd like to come more often.
I would like you to too. I really would. I mean, we come, and I know we're going to talk with Tony here, but I mean, you've met them all throughout the years, haven't you?
Been fortunate, and you know, to have made friends and established good relationships. Like as we talked once before, Mike's just let me go and said, "Bring your buddies in."
Yeah.
And I called Tony about 6-8 months ago, and I said, "Tony, how about coming to Carson Valley Inn?" He said, "What time and where?"
I love it.
What time do I need to be there? And just a little background on the guy. He is the founder and the original lead singer of the Letterman. Over 50 albums.
Jeez.
18 of them gold.
Unbelievable.
More #1 records than you can shake a stick at. And they have just achieved a major milestone, and I'll shut up and let Tony talk about this, but they have now performed for over 10,000 sold-out shows.
10,000 shows.
It sounds like an exaggeration, but when you played Vegas, Reno, Tahoe, 2 shows a night, 7 nights a week, 4 months at a time, the shows pile up.
Do you get nervous when you go out there?
No.
Did you ever get nervous?
No, I've been singing professionally since I was 7 years old.
Yeah.
And I thought of this way. My dad, before I went to my first crowd, he said, knock 'em dead. And he said, give them your best. And so if you give me your best, would you want your brain surgeon to be nervous?
No.
Okay? So when you're confident, you're prepared.
Yeah.
What's there to be nervous about?
Yeah. I mean, 10,000 shows. I always wonder, like, with a performer who's done as much as you, like, do they get nervous when they go out there? I mean, do you get the butterflies?
Some people do. They throw up and stuff, but I never did.
You never did?
The largest crowd we played for was 100,000 people.
What?
With Jackie Gleason in the Orange Bowl in 1969. And Jackie Gleason interviewed. I was not necessarily nervous about the 100,000 people. But I was kind of in awe of Jackie Gleason.
Well, yeah.
He was Mr. Saturday Night.
And when was this? What year about?
69.
Yeah, when Jackie Gleason was just, on top of the world. I mean.
Yeah, but what a great guy.
Who else did you perform with?
Jack Benny, George Burns, Red Skelton, Milton Berle, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis,
Never heard of these
Frank
people.
Sinatra, Bing Crosby.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
The Lettermen were in a good time because
And me.
And that's Stu. That's right.
Stu's a musician
Hey,
as well, huh?
he's very good.
Yeah.
He's very good.
That's impressive. So for people that maybe are not familiar with the Letterman, and I'm talking about the younger crowd, let's face it, are there some songs you think that they recognize?
Oh, sure.
Songs that are still getting, like, using as a cover?
Steven Spielberg is a good fan of ours. So if anybody's seen the movie Catch Me If You Can, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Right.
Well, 2 of the Letterman songs are in that movie.
Is that right?
It was a period piece about the 50s. So 2 of our earlier hits.
That was the one where he plays all these different.
He was airline pilot and
exactly.
Yeah. And they played our summer place in there, theme from a summer place.
And did you guys do the soundtrack for those 2?
They just did picked up the old
They just
record.
took the old record from
Yeah.
you guys. Did you get some money out of that one?
Oh, Capitol did, yeah.
You did that?
No, they own the masters.
Jeez, is that how it works? Like
Yeah.
all these old songs? I memean, are you getting some money from these things?
From sales.
Yeah.
Not in movies. The owner of the copyright makes the deal. I think Capitol got $250,000 or something for each song. But it doesn't matter, But to be relevant, here's what I'd like to tell people, the young and old. When you come see the Letterman, you're not seeing 3 guys that had hit. You're seeing a 2012 entertainment package that happens to have had hits in the 60s and 70s.
How long are you going to do this for 10,000 shows later?
Well, I have 2 guys with me now, been with me 29 years. Donovan T. and Bobby Poynton. They're great solo singers. They're great entertainers. And as long as there's a need, well, there's still a Glenn Miller Orchestra.
Right.
He got killed in 48.
Right.
So I think that if something happens to me, hopefully the Letterman will continue with these 2. They're in their mid-50s. Why shouldn't it go on?
Yeah, you look like $1 million. You've been doing this forever. I mean, did you not get into all the drinking and women and all the crazy stuff that goes on? Like when you have those kind of opportunities, or
No.
did you just clean up later? I mean, because
No,
you look great.
I never did it. See, I'm a winemaker. I started making wine when I was 3 years old. My grandfather had vineyards.
You were making wine when you were 3 years old?
Yeah, making wine. Growing grapes.
You're telling us you didn't hang out and drink?
No.
Something's wrong with this picture, Tom.
There's a European idea of drinking.
Absolutely right.
I got it.
This country was founded by the Puritans, for gosh sake. Everything was illegal. So people, they want to do it because they think it's titillating to do. Europeans, hey, they give a little kid.
Can we say titillating on TV?
I don't think you can say that.
I don't think we're allowed to use that word.
Breastillating. You have this much wine when I was 6 years old and this much water. The older you got, the wine increased and the water diminished. By the time you're 12 and 13, you're drinking a glass of wine with dinner with your family. Yeah. All Europeans do this.
Man, I totally agree with you. And they don't have the problems that we have with
alcoholism. My buddies would say...
You don't call that alcoholism.
No.
Drinking every day when you're 3 years old.
No, and look.
I love your style, man.
I've never done a drug in my life. I never toked anything. I'm a real square. But wine is... If you call it a drug... But it's a food stuff.
They still call it toking?
It's for stomach. It helps your stomach. It helps your high blood pressure.
Yeah.
Whatever
you're doing, you look great, man.
I just hope you don't say, I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Well, that's not that's not. I've had 3 wives.
You guys got to come in more and talk. When's the show, Tony, and what can people expect?
The show is tonight at 8 o'clock, Friday night, Saturday night at 8 o'clock, and Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And you can expect to be entertained.
Yep.
We do all the hit records. People thinking they're coming to see the hit records, they're not going to see them in their entirety. We condense them into medley form, the best parts of them, leaving us room to then entertain people. We allow audience. Bring your cameras, because we allow cameras in our show.
Nice.
We take pictures with people, and we're very user-friendly. After the show, we'll be out there signing autographs, and we'll take pictures with you. And there's a set of cards on the table. You take a card. You take the picture you took that night, you send it to us, either email or snail mail, and we'll sign it and send it back to you.
Snail mail.
I'll tell you, of all the acts that we booked, all the acts that I've known, Tony is the most user-friendly guy of all of them.
Is that right?
He'll literally stay there. I've seen him stay at the autograph table for 2.5, 3 hours. Yeah. And he'll wait and he'll visit with everybody. And we only have 350 seats. He's used to playing to audiences of 500 minimum to 100,000.
How many seats do you have against him?
350.
Oh, okay. So this is an intimate setting.
And there is not a bad seat in the entire place.
Well, keep coming back in. We want to keep bringing talent like this down there to Carson and letting people know about it. You guys, great to talk to you. I can talk to you guys all day long.
Enjoy it.
Cool.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and come back to wrap it up here on Lake Tahoe Television. Today. Don't get up yet. Great.